Or do you feel is to come from that based on what we saw in November?
Yeah, obviously we took, I suppose, a lot of learnings over those few games in the autumn and have tried to implement them over the last, I suppose, 10 days or so. But I suppose to your point, I think there's a lot more in us, and yeah, hopefully we'll get to see that over the next few weeks.
You're obviously central to it in the heartbeat of it, I guess, in many ways, and right in place for your kind of instinctiveness. But how reliant are you on others giving you the right cues at the right time?
Yeah, a lot, I suppose. Like, I suppose, particularly the 10s, but as well as that, we've got some unbelievable ball playing outside backs and centres as well. So that's the thing with our game. We're not really relying on one person calling all the shots. I think there's a lot of responsibility on the whole back line to be calling. So yeah, be relying on them giving me some good comms hopefully.
Yeah, you use the short side well, which I'd say there's a few examples I think of where I can see you getting calls from both sides, which is tricky. But why has that been such a beneficial area for you in Ireland, that short side?
I think it's hard to defend. Like, for me personally, defending and some of the big boys, you're making a tackle, the ball goes away and then it comes back right away. You know, you could be under pressure trying to make decisions at the line. So yeah, I think it's a tricky area to defend, and I suppose, like you say, when we've kind of done well attacking at times. So yeah, hopefully we'll continue to grow that part of our game.
And lastly, for me, have you been happy with the teaming up of the Lions and not grabbing anymore?
Yeah, look, I think it's. I suppose ultimately you can see what they're trying to do, and they want a cleaner, kind of faster game, and so I think it certainly makes sense from that point of view. So I don't mind it, honestly. A few of the forwards might have a different opinion, but it's kind of the way the game's going. So.
The defensive bit is tricky though, is it? Where you set up on the scrums?
Yeah, that's probably one of the trickier ones. Well, yeah, we're probably one of the teams that would have tried to take advantage of being able to go and put pressure on at the base. So that's gone now, obviously. So we've had to rethink a few of our setups and that, but that's all part, I suppose, of the evolution of the game. And we've got a few clever guys that are in charge of our setups, and Hugo Keenan and stuff. So he's got a few good bits for us.
You've always been a team that's adapted quickly to the laws, and I think you were the first team to really start exploiting the 50-32 and lots of other examples. How much of a talking point has it been to kind of go through the pictures you're going to see in this tournament? Because the changing laws mid-season, it's the teams that will adapt quickest will do best. Exactly, yeah. So there's obviously been a few chats around the provinces, and coming in here, I think Sai's got a bit more to show us tomorrow, but it's important, isn't it, to be able to get on the front foot and I suppose exploit these kind of rules in the game. So we've got a little bit more work to do on it, but yeah, hopefully we'll see taking advantage of them. England kind of, I don't know, they surprised you last year, but they also came with a really tailored game plan, and it worked, and it kind of seemed to knock you off your rhythm a little bit at times. Does that just mean that you're going to this one eyes wide open? Like, there's no way you'd be complacent going into a game against a team that did that to you last time? Yeah, exactly. Like I say, they probably caught us on the hop a little bit, but I suppose the thing is we stuck in that game, and it wasn't like they ran away from us at all. But we could certainly be better. So yeah, like you say, you kind of got to go into it with an open mind, and you know, they might come with a different game plan again. So we have to be ready for anything, really. Andrew was talking about, he used to watch the Six Nations or Five Nations when he was growing up in New Zealand. When did it come onto your radar? What did it kind of mean to you, and what's it mean to you now, I guess? Like now, I think it's unbelievable. Like, it's an unbelievable time of year. It really excites me. One that I always look forward to, and a lot of guys will say the same thing. Like, springtime in Ireland is awesome. Like, Six Nations is on. There's a great buzz around the place, and yeah, I love it. I love it so much, and like still sick with nerves for the games, but I think it's all worth it once you get the results.
To go back on the stuff around the law changes at the Rock in particular, are you the kind of player who would spend a lot of time sitting at the laptop trying to figure out how can I use this change to my advantage, or would you be more on the instinctive side and see what you're feeling down on the pitch in the moment?
Yeah, a little bit of both, but yeah, I think probably more the instinctive type, as well as getting around the other lads. Everyone's got a certain point of view, and we're lucky to have awesome coaches here who have, always have a very good point of view. So it's key to get around them as well as other players, pick their brains. So there's a load of different ways of going about it, but ultimately, once you get on the pitch, it's a bit of a feel. So yes, I suppose where the more instinctive kind of part of it comes into it.
Do you have something up your sleeve for a particular moment of the Six Nations?
We'll see.
Can I ask you about the two out halves? I'm not asking you to plant your flag in one camp or the other, but if you could just talk about the two of them, are they similar players, similar personalities?
Yeah, I think they are. And I think they get on very well. They're pretty similar characters, like you say, and I suppose in many ways the games are pretty similar as well. So it's pretty awesome. I think it's awesome for them to have such competition and getting cracks at each other. Obviously, we didn't get it at Christmas time, but I think it's great for them, and they're both going to be unbelievable players. So excited to watch that down the years.
Would you have found it strange coming over from New Zealand about how much in Ireland we focus on out halves?
No, because I think it would have been much the same in New Zealand, like the Dan Carter era and stuff. So when you think about like Rog and Sexto, and there's Carter and Mertens, all these guys. So I think it's always been a big talking point, and I think wherever you are, really.
Gibson, how's your eye? It's good.
Yeah, it's coming along okay.
Yeah. Double vision or anything?
No, it's just a bit of a cut. The cut actually wasn't too bad, but yeah, I think I got away with one there a little bit.
Just on what you were saying, depending on who's picked the 10, do you have to adjust your game, or you play them both slightly differently, or is it you slot in and do the same thing?
I think so, yeah.
Just slot in?
Yeah, I think we're lucky to get training minutes with both of them, and but I think ultimately they're very good in their own right at running the game. So I think they just, they slot in pretty well. So makes my job easier for sure.
It's a stupid question. Do you have a preference in Six Nations games, or facing Italy the same as playing England in Dublin, or do you look forward to it? Is it more nerve-wracking? Is it more difficult? Or
I suppose it kind of depends on the fixture. If you're home and away a little bit, like going away to Rome is unbelievable as well. It's always a big challenge over there. So I wouldn't say I have a preference for any game, but we've also got England first up in the Aviva, and they got one up on us last time. So when you think about it like that, you're going to be up for this one for sure. So, but no, I don't think I would have any real preference.
England home, well, probably the biggest, certainly from a fan's point of view, it's big thing. Is that you go into that game having to calm yourself a bit, or is it that nerve? Is there more nervousness going into a home game against England than other games?
I suppose there'll be a little bit of pressure tied to this one, won't it? Like I just touched on, they beat us last time, so it's certainly going to be, the lads are going to be up for it, and as will they. So, but no, I think it's hugely exciting. Like I say, all these games, the lads are unbelievably nervous on game day, but once we cross the white line, we're getting down to business, and so certainly looking forward to that first clash.
Jamison, as you're increasing number of facial injuries, show you're getting stuck in defensively. Have you always loved it as much, or has that been something you've learned to love more?
Probably learned to love. It wouldn't have been my first love as a rugby player, definitely. But I suppose just an area of my game that I've been trying to grow and continue to try and grow. Obviously lucky to be blessed with some pretty awesome defensive coaches, and obviously Sai here and Jacques back at Leinster. So I think I've tried to kind of evolve that part of my game, and will continue to do so.
When you got that injury against the Bulls, it's that would make me shy away from jacking ever again. But clearly it hasn't with you. I've seen it in a few different positions. How do you get over that? Did you just say this happens in rugby, or did it take a while to go, I'm going to go for the ball again?
It probably takes a little while, but that's probably more pressure from the physios than anything else. But I like to get stuck into the area of the game, but you obviously got to be smart as well, and realise that there's risk attached, especially when the other guys are nearly double your weight. So yeah, I suppose just being smart around that as well a little bit.
There's no coach saying don't do that, Jamison.
No, not really. It's the opposite. The coaches are saying get stuck in. The physios are saying get out. Like so. But no, yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, just like the kicking is going to be massive, especially this weekend. Freddie Stewart, Hugo, and all the lads. How much have you had to hone in again on being really accurate that side of your game?
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? Like especially this day and age, like what you've all touched on with the new laws, and there's massive contests in the air which can swing games massively. So. Yeah, we're certainly going to have to be on it from a kicking perspective and an aerial game as well. So it's, like I say, a huge part of the game, and hopefully we'll go well at it.
So much talking in camp that if you could do 3 in a row, it's very hard to in any sport.
Yeah, I wouldn't say massive, like it's been mentioned, but you know, we're pretty week-to-week focused in here, so it's probably a cliche answer that you're used to getting, but I think that's the most important thing, is to focus on the game ahead of you. So, but yeah, it's a pretty incredible opportunity, isn't it, to get after? So yeah, we'll get stuck in.
Is that a conscious decision to say go game by game rather than allow anyone to get carried away?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think you can, and certainly in this competition, to get ahead of yourself. So we'll be focused on the game at hand for sure.